The word motion means moving something. It involves three things. First, speed. Second, direction. And third, position. Where something is in relation. So those three things we will use to explain motion. The word velocity, that we sign it a few different ways. Those are all velocity. But that means how fast something is moving and what direction it's going in. The second one, speed, means how far something can go and how much time it takes to get there. The third, direction, means which way is it going, up, down, left, right. To figure out velocity, there's a formula. It's distance divided by time. The word acceleration means something that changes speed. Maybe it goes faster or it goes slower. Doesn't matter. It can be positive or negative when it's accelerating. Suppose you're going to be using a graph to show motion. The line that is level shows that there is no acceleration or no change in speed. If a line goes up or down in a straight angle, that means it's a constant speed change. However, remember, it's constant, so it's smooth. It's not fast or slow, it's just continuous. Suppose you have a line that suddenly loops up or one that suddenly falls down. That means that it's a change in speed or acceleration that is going fast. It's not continuous, it's fast or slow. The word force means to push or to pull on something. You measure that using something called newtons. Applied force means that something is acting. You are pushing, you are pulling, something is happening to the object. Friction is something that is working in the opposite direction of which way it should be going. For example, when you walk and your feet touch the ground, there is friction in that motion. The word gravity is also a kind of force. It means something is pulling it down. Weight is actually gravity working on something to pull it down. That's how we measure weight. The word mass is a little bit different. It means how much matter there is in the object. Tension means to pull on something in different directions. So suppose you had a rope and you had one end in each hand. It would be slack and it would be bended. But when you pulled on them, you would get a straight line straight across. That's tension. Normal force means something that is simply there. Maybe it's a box sitting on a table. It doesn't fall, it doesn't float. Why? Because the forces acting in the opposite directions are equal. Also, it can be balanced. So suppose you put the box on the table. It's not going to the left and it's not going to the right. It's simply staying put. That means those forces are balanced and equal. Suppose you put that same box on something and it starts to move. That means that the forces are unbalanced. The one force is stronger than the other. Net force is the calculation of all the forces acting on it together. You calculate them all together to get the net force. If you want to calculate force, what do? It's mass times acceleration. So the formula is F equals m times a. Long ago, there was a man named Isaac Newton. He made 3 laws. How did he do them? He looked around and he studied everything, watched how it happened, and then realized that there were 3 rules. Newton's first law states that an object in motion will stay in motion, and an object at rest will stay at rest. Newton's second law states that if something is heavy, it will need more force to make it move. And the opposite is also true. If something is light, it will take less force to make it move. Newton's third law states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction.